What's up, everyone? I'm back again on YouTube or TikTok, whatever platform you see me on. But today we're going to talk about how to become a millionaire and some of the ways I did it. Well, let's be honest. I'm going to tell you how to save some money so that you can become a millionaire. Use that money to invest or whatever else you want to do. So, I got some ways I use to save some money. And one of the ways I use to save money is swapping out all my light bulbs to LED. Now, if you're still using the old incandescent light bulb, it's time to make a change to LED.
Still using old bulbs? LEDs use up to 80% less energy and last 10x longer.
Now, LED saves you about 80% on electricity bill, especially if you have kids and they love to leave the lights on. That's just running up your electric bill. And one of the key things to save money is not to waste. So, change out your light bulbs is one of the things I did for my whole house. I live in a pretty big size house, and I saw a drop of $50 a month when I swapped all my LED. And it might have cost me $150 to change it all out, but 3 months I recouped my cost. And after that, it's been pretty easy for me to enjoy it because the cost saving is still there for me. Now, the next thing I did was spent money to get a program thermometer. I spent money to put a thermostat in my house that was programmable.
Yeah, something right now you could do literally right now, cost no money, is put a program for your thermostat. So if you have a programmable thermostat, which most modern homes, I'd say anything in the 2000s and newer, you have a programmable thermostat is to set a schedule. So that way when you're at work or you're not at home, you are able to change your set points. So actually I was reading a statistic. The U.S. Department of Energy estimates that you can save 1% of your total used energy by just changing your thermostat 1 degree for an 8-hour time span.
What does that mean for me? How many times have you left the house and you forgot to adjust the thermostat? It's a common mistake. You can save money on your house, your heating, your cooling, if you adjust your house temperature when you're not there. Now, yes, if you put it all the way up to 85 degrees and you come home and you need to cool it down, it's going to cost you some money to cool it down. But a few degrees on your house is going to save you a large portion of electric bill or heating bill. Whatever it's running, you might be running propane or you might be running gas. You could even be running electric. So I don't know what you have. But depending on the year, you might be able to save some money by adjusting your thermostat when you're not there. The devices are relatively inexpensive now. Here's some on the screen. I found it on Amazon. Hey, purchase them, save yourself some money because you can leave the house and adjust your thermostat. Let's say you like it at 75, you adjust the house and leave it at 78, 79 during the day and have it start cooling down an hour before you get home, and that'll save you some money. Tip number 3, and this saves you a lot of money and you don't even know what it is. It's sealing your windows and doors. Did you know sniffing out your house home heat escapes through these cracks? So
Think your home is energy efficient? Think again. Most homes have sneaky air leaks that let out cool air in summer and warm air in winter. This makes your energy bills skyrocket. But air sealing can fix that. Simply sealing cracks and gaps around windows, doors, and other openings can save you up to 20% on heating and cooling costs. That's money back in your pocket.
true is the gaps, cracks let out warm air in the winter and let out cool air in the summer. So don't force your HVAC to overwork. Save yourself some money. Go through, reseal all the doors, and you save yourself some money. Yes, home maintenance costs. So that's how you do it. You need to conserve energy because that's probably one of your biggest expense. It's your electric bill, your natural gas bill. Save yourself some money, sell these stores up. And yes, I did every one of these. Now, the next thing I did was upgrade my insulation. It saves me hundreds of dollars upgrading my insulation on my house. That means my HVAC doesn't have to work as hard, which means it keeps my house cooler in winter. That means it keeps my house warmer in winter and cooler in summer. You want that. Trust me, you want to save yourself money. Yes, re-insulate it. Insulate the roof. It doesn't really cost that much, and you can recoup your loss on that investment most of the time within a year. But this will save you money in the long run. And to make money, you have to think of the long-term investment. How much money will I save if I do this? And on the bright side, some states you might get some federal grants to do this, or federal tax credit or rebates. So look at your state, you might be able to get for free. The next tip I got you is energy efficient appliance. Yes, a lot of this deals with your house and your electric bill, your gas bill, your water bill. A lot of these deals with it. Why? Because that's where you're going to lose a lot of money and where you can save yourself some money. So replace your appliances once they go out with a star efficient appliances, or you can call it energy efficient. Yes, that could save you a lot of money. I had a vending machine plugged in at my warehouse. You know how much it costs to run it a month? I unplugged it. So my energy bill normally for my warehouse was $500 a month. I unplugged that vending machine. It dropped $250 a month. That was crazy. I didn't think that vending machine took that much electricity, but it did. So you will find out some of your appliance takes more electricity than you think. It might be time to upgrade it if it's affordable. The next thing I did is I used power strips to control phantom loads. So did you know that your electric continues to draw power even when you turn it off? Yes, if it's plugged in, it's going to keep taking power. It has to keep the components lit up. So that's going to cost you electricity. So what do? Use a phantom strip. It can count up to 10% of your electric bill keeping stuff plugged in. So unplug everything is a solution. Or you got to buy a power strip that turns it off when it's not in use. Guess what? Save electricity. Don't even have to think about it. This is what I do in my house. The other thing I did was lower your water heater temperature. Most of your water heater is running at 140 degrees by default. But do you really need it that hot? Can't you adjust it to 120? Can reduce your water heating cost up to 10%. Yes, all this sounds like you're nickel and diming. But if you're trying to save money, every penny counts, especially if you're trying to invest. You need every penny so you can use it for your future. Remember this. The next thing I installed, because I have kids, I installed low flow shower head and faucets. That means I use less water, and water usage in the house is one of the biggest expenses. So you don't want those big utility bills. So what's the best thing? Lower the usage of water. Are you going to really trust your kids to do it on their own? No. Just replace it. Use these things. Save yourself some money. Yes, if you're tight on money, do it slowly, and you'll notice the cost savings. All right. The next thing kind of sounds weird, but maintain your HVAC system. Why? One of the biggest things that takes up your utility bill is your HVAC system. So what can you do? Do the maintenance. You don't have to hire someone to do the maintenance. There's videos on how to do it, like this one.
Cleaning your air conditioner starts with turning the breaker off so there's no power there. And then there's these little screws for holding all the sides on, front, backs, and both sides. You want to take those off. I'd leave the top just hanging there. I wouldn't try and take it off. And then you see you can get out this. No, that's not a filter. That's actually dirt. You can actually peel it away. Sure, clogging things up. I'm sure this thing's going to run way better when this is all gone. Grab my shop vac. What it is, I went up and down following.
And really just need service it annually to make sure the condenser's cleaned out, the coil's cleaned out, the fan is working. This will save you a lot of money because now your machine isn't working as hard. Save yourself some money and don't let your AC work so hard. Next thing I did was switch out all my ceiling fixture in each room from a regular light bulb or regular ceiling chandelier to a fan and LED fan. So I now do not have to run my AC as hard. I just can run the fans in the room. So guess what? If they want it cooler in the room and 76 isn't good for them, they can turn on the fan. It'll lower a few degrees. And that saves me money not running my electricity so high with my HVAC system. All these little things add up. And I'm trying to save you money. And these are the tips I use. Last tip. Now, this all depends on your HOA. I have trees that blocks the sun from some of my major windows. So guess what? These trees block the light coming into my house. Yes, it blocks majority of the light, so I do not have that heat hitting my house, making my house warmer. So my last tip is plant some trees around your house, bushes, whatever, to cover that window and far enough away so it doesn't damage your house, but close enough that it can cover any windows to prevent yourself from losing money. And if you can't do that, purchase yourself some window blinds / shading on your window if you want your room to be cooler. Back in the day, I used to use tinfoils on the window. Now you can get all types of stuff like these items right here. But that's all my tips on how do I save money on my house so I can use that money to invest to help me become a millionaire. Kind of sound cheap, but hey, if it works, it works.